Good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday, it's now afternoon, and I'm spreading a little bit of slurry today. Slurrying some grazing ground, and as you can see from the window and having the wiper on, we've got some rain, which is long overdue. We haven't had very much rain here for the past 4 weeks. I know a lot of the rest of the country has had rain on and off, but we have missed out on all that, and apart from a little bit of rain last Friday evening or Friday night, it was just enough, like literally to wet the ground. We've had very little, so it's badly needed, and it's just coming at a good time. Yeah, so slurrying this little bit of grazing ground. It's ground where we moved the cattle off these fields over the weekend, and we also topped it yesterday. There was a little bit of stemmy grass in certain areas of the field, so I came down yesterday and just scooted around the whole field and topped it all. This field, and there's a second field then in as well. So this morning I came down and started slurrying the second field in first, and got that done. So we're just finishing off this field here now. So a couple of loads, I'd say, should more or less finish this field out, and yeah, should be done just a good time for the rain to wash it in. This is the third time this year that we've actually slurried these fields. Slurried them early in the springtime, just to bring on the grass before the cattle got out on them. Then slurried again after the first grazing, and now they've been slurried again after a second grazing. So we are pushing these fields fairly hard, but fairly heavily stocked on a couple of plots of our land that we are grazing, so we have to try and keep it pushed on to keep the cattle in grass. So yeah, that's really it. This rain is badly wanted because, like, for instance, our silage ground, which is now, it's 2 weeks today since we finished lifting our silage, and the grass has not grown on any bit at all on the silage ground. It's still as it was almost when we did slurry it last week, but just hasn't grown on anything. So this rain, it really is badly wanted. So whatever rain comes now today, there's supposed to be some heavier rain for this evening, and after that then it's to clear up again and to reach the early to mid 20s then early next week again, so, or over the weekend and early next week. So we're looking at a prolonged dry spell again after this, according to the forecast. So we'll probably end up cutting some more hay. We still have 30 acres of hay to make, and I'd say we'll end up cutting the most of that over the next couple of days and try and get that saved then early next week. We'll keep a tight eye on the weather over the next 24 hours and see what exactly it's going to do, and if it is looking like it's going to be good, we'll drop it. So that's really it. I'll take a little bit of external footage, including a little bit of drone footage that I took this morning in the first field that we slurried, and put it all together, and I'll come back to you at the end. I'm just back in the yard now, I suppose about a little over an hour. And it's been raining really since just before I got back. It started raining down the field. As you've seen in the last little bit of a snippet of footage I put up, I'd only got the camera set up for a bit of external footage, and started mizzling rain straight away and blurred up the lens, so it kind of rendered the footage useless. But finished the field anyway, and yeah, it's raining ever since. Coming down at a nice pace, not too heavy, but just a nice kind of a drizzle, and it's just keeping the ground wet nicely. It'll be doing enough now to wash in the slurry, and yeah, the grass should jump out of the ground after this. Like, you'd never think, I suppose it 4 weeks ago when it started to dry up, the weather, you'd never think that here we are 4 weeks later and that we'd be this happy to see this rain coming. But it is badly wanted, and hopefully it continues on for another few hours. Have a little bit of slurrying still to do on the ground where we cut the hay off. Hopefully do that before the end of the week. What I'll try to do is, if we cut more hay, I'll turn the hay during the day obviously, and maybe do a bit of slurry early in the morning, and then after the turning is finished then as well. So try to squeeze it all in. We have some of the bales are gone off it, some of the bales are still on the ground. But we're going to have to, we had intended to deliver some of the bales, some of the bales we always have to deliver, and we had intended to deliver some of those this evening, but with the bales getting wet now in the last hour or so, we're going to just delay delivering them. We'll wait until they dry out again. Just because if you put them in the shed and the tops of them is a little wet, when they touch off each other, it could cause them to, along the edges, to go a little bit musty. So we'll just let them sit to dry out in the morning, and we'll maybe do a couple of loads tomorrow evening. Yeah, but that's really it. Hope you enjoyed this bit of video. Until tomorrow, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.